Got the internet going nuts.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. This is your boy. I'm back with the do setup again. I'm starting to like this vibe. So it's going to be looking like this a lot more now, Switching back and forth, though, mostly here. So welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about reinventing yourself and how you can reinvent yourself. A lot of people mostly get stuck on being the same person until they die. And they feel like reinventing themselves is somewhat of like being fake. Deep down, if you feel like you want to be something, that's and it's not going for you, I feel like you have to like reinvent yourself to get to that position. The reason why you like somebody and become a fan is because deep down, like you like certain characteristics, or like you like the way that person did something to become that, right? So if you're a fan of someone, for example, I don't know, a soccer player or whatever, deep down you're a soccer player, and then you wish you became that person. That's why you enjoy that person. If they like the idea of like, oh, deep down they want to be that person. Not in like, I want to be him, but I like the way he became this person. You have it in you, say you want to like, oh, I want to look like this, or I want to become this person, The first step is like the idea is there in your head, or the thought is there in your head. The next step is just visualize it and write it down. Write it down to the point where, you see it every day and take action, Once you take action and then you visualize it daily, it's only a matter of time. You just got to trust the process as you go, and go on with the plan. It might take a while. It might take a few short months. It might take a year. It might take 10 years. You never know. So that's the thing about reinventing yourself. And most people get the idea of like fear of what will people think. Again, going back to that fear thing. That's why a lot of people get stuck on being themselves or who they are. And deep down, they don't even like the person they is, and they keep living the same linear way until they die. Nah, you have to switch it up sometimes. From the way you look, from the way you dress, the way you act, all that. It has to be, you have to switch it up. So, for example, if I'm gonna tell you a personal story. So, when I was making music, for the most part, I was just half-assing it for the most part because, I didn't have a recording space, nor could I afford to go to a studio and record. So I used to just go to the homie's house here and there to like attempt something. Sometimes you just go to the studio, just talk, nothing happens, and then you go, right? So I made it an effort to I couldn't afford a place, and I could have recorded in the house or whatever, but I made it an effort to get an equipment myself and record myself in the car. And then I start recording music daily. And then my daily habits became recording rather than like, oh, let me wait till Saturday. And then, now I got the space. It makes sense. Now I can record daily and get back in the zone of like recording more podcasts, be creative, having a creative space, Even from looks, you have to switch it up. Like, people always care about the now instead of the past. The past is just, it gets talked about briefly. We brush it off and we move on, If you worked at McDonald's, for example, right? As a teenager, and then you grow up to be the successful basketball player, nobody's going to remember you for being oh yeah, he used to work at McDonald's. Yeah, it could be a little slight conversation, but it's literally, this guy's a professional basketball player. People care about the now. If you switch up from that and then you become something else, people are going to remember you for that specific whatever line of work you chose. So we look at, for example, I'm going to just think of an idea from the type of my head, right? An example. Now we have Nori, right? Drink Champs. He's known for, majority of people know him as a podcast. He's a rapper. He was a rapper. But a lot of people now thinks of him like, oh, he's a podcast guy. He used to be a rapper. That's the conversation. So what I'm trying to say is, people think of the now, just the now. It doesn't matter what you were before. It doesn't matter what you were a couple of days ago. Well, not a couple of days ago, but like a couple of months ago. So whenever you decide to be, I want to be this person, and then you take action, what happens is people are going to start remembering you for that specific thing that you chose for. It could be like how you dress. If you were, dressed like a bum, and then you chose to like switch it up a notch and then become super like stylish, people are going to remember you for like, oh, you dress really nice, or she dressed really nice, So I say reinventing yourself. Just have no fear of the outside noise, because regardless, people are going to talk. You just got to ignore it. You just got to dip it's just noise, You just got to ignore it, attack into little by little into what you want to do and what you want to be. And another thing is reinventing yourself is by laying low. If you are the type of person that's just available all the time to people, it's, there's no way you can reinvent yourself, because you won't have time to even work on yourself. So it's best to like lay low for a second, whether it be a couple months, a year. It depends. It all depends on you and who you are, So you can actually say, you know what, let me tuck in for a little bit and work on myself. So with that case, friends might get offended, or family might get offended, or they might feel like, oh, you're running away from them. But whatever it takes to reinvent yourself, just go back, write it down, visualize it, write it on a vision board, and think of like, oh, this is the person who I want to become, from the way you look, from the way whatever you put on, you know what I mean? So I think that's the best way to look at it. You just got to hide out. You just got to hide out and just think of a master plan to be whatever you want to be, Availability as a person won't get you anywhere, because you won't even have time for yourself. You always need time for yourself to look at like, okay, what's next? Reinventing yourself, we look at it on multiple aspects. With artists, they come with different albums with a different look. Basketball players, they switch up their play. Like I mentioned before, like people with like a different career, they come back even bigger and better than what their career was, and they come strong and they become better at this new line of work they chose, So yeah, that's the reinvention of yourself. Just tuck in, make some time for yourself, and just remember, people think of the now. People don't care about the future. People don't care about the past. The past is just a conversation. It's a minute conversation. But after that, the conversation is, oh, it's the now. So in order to become the now, you have to work on it now. So when the future now happens, or whatever you want to be, that's who you are. And people will call you for that. You know what I mean? Just wanted to share this thought. Thank you for watching. Speaking of reinvention, when you dress really well, people look at you like, oh, okay, you got something nice on. So it's a $4,000 bracelet. This is just bought out for me personally to like switch up some looks. I know I'm not dressed as good as I want to be. I'm in my new crib. I don't even have clothes here, but yeah, starting next week, we're going to have all the drip here. So it's going to be a little different with the drip. So just wanted to get on here and just chop it up a little bit. Thank you for watching. If you're watching me, I appreciate y'all. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and like this video. I'm never asked to like the video, so like this video. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Thank you.